Good morning. Um, Top of the day on Monday, August 3rd, 2020. Nothing scripted, nothing planned, just straight raw, real, uncut conversation. I was getting dressed this morning and preparing to dive into the top of the week. And I just had still a lot on my mind. It's been a lot on my mind for the past couple of days. And I think I recognized it for what it was while watching the services for Representative Congressman, Civil Rights pioneer John Lewis. So watching his life and watching how people celebrated him and just learning about him, something in that time. Good morning, Tanya. Something in that time sparked some emotions in me that I had not been speaking on. So I just was like, well, let me see what's up with this. Top of the morning, Peanut. Let me speak about this. So last night on the air, the conversation led to us talking about several different things, but one thing in particular was social media and what it's used for, and just how people use this platform as the platform that allows them to heal or to release or to identify other issues or learn terms or meet friends, whatever they use it for. It can be used for almost everything. Churches have gone viral or digital. Schooling is about to go virtual. Businesses are running from the computers. I just think about the day and age that we live in and thinking about life, and where 80 years ago, when a lot of the people that we're seeing leave now to go to the next phase, they didn't have a lot of what we have. So we have a lot of advantages, but then I think there are a lot of disadvantages because of the advantages that we have. So I was showering. It ain't TMI because it's going somewhere. I was showering and I got this product that is called Clarity. It's a body wash from Bath and Body Works. I have Clarity. I have Passion, Energy, different ones. And when I tell you, like, the aromatherapy actually was popping. Like, it actually opened up some other channels. So I'm already where I am mentally and emotionally anyway with being a therapist. So like that's one thing, but then living it. Like I like to actually have some connection to what I'm offering to the world. I don't want to just be given from somewhere that I read in a book. I want to be given from experience, and I'm definitely doing that. So I'm in there and I'm like, wow, if I need clarity, I know that everybody else needs clarity. And I know that they're using different vices and different devices as their points of clarity. And I don't know that that's always healthy. So I just wanted to share publicly that sometimes what we need is right under our nose, and it's not a computer screen or a phone. Sometimes it's internal, like it's already here. Sometimes these skills, most times these skills are innate, and they help us to remember we have everything we need. I think a part of our problem as a society is that we don't want to trust any process, even when it's uncertain. COVID has showed us that everything is uncertain. But in relationships, we rush those because we're uncertain about how it's going to shape up. So I want to go ahead and hold on to this right now. Like if I let go now, I'm never going to be happy again. That's so far from true. But a lot of times we think that, if I take this job and leave this one, oh my God, I don't know what's going to happen next. I'm going to lose money. I'm not going to have the same friends. I'm not going to be used to going to the water cooler. I ain't going to know how to pop. It's the uncertainty about life that stresses us so much. Like we don't know what's next. So when we don't know what's next, we worry. When we worry, we get stressed physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Like it shows. You feel it. You have to go to the doctor for panic attacks, anxiety attacks, heart attacks, all type asthma attacks. So all of these different attacks as a result of us not just trusting the process. Now, how easy is that to do, Woo? It ain't always easy. It's definitely not easy because the process is uncertain. Like I can sit here and write everything that I want to do. I can write everything that I want to be. I can draw pictures of everywhere I want to go. I can make a list of every school class I want to attend. I can do all of that. But is not in my hands to be able to say, well, okay, this one is going to work. You're going to do this one. But on this day, this is going to happen and you're going to have to change those plans. So it led me, if I were a pastor, I would write a sermon and it would be called, what is your power source? Like, what are you plugged into? What is determining how long you work? What is it that you go to refuel? Do you go to a fueling station? Do you look for somebody's charger? You got a charge? You got a box to plug in the wall? Can I use? No, like, what is your power source? What are you really, really connected to? What assures you that even in the moments of uncertainty that it's going to be okay? You're going to get what's yours because that's what's for you, regardless of how uncertain it may seem or how much you don't understand the process that you're going through to get to it. It's for you, so it's going to be yours. Now, the tricky part of that is it's going to be mine, but when? And how should I get to it? I've had a thing in my young adult life about rushing things, like feeling like if it's not happening right now, it's not going to happen. And I got to make sure you understand what I'm saying and where I'm coming from before life ends. Like, if life ends tomorrow, I need you to know where I stand. I still believe that. I do want to make sure that people know what I feel for them. I want to make sure they know what I think about situations that have occurred. But I don't want to continue to be that person or to ever be that person again that is always in pursuit of what's for me, so much so that I miss the process. I want to be able to look back at it and pinpoint, this is what happened here. So I made this turn and this is what I ran into here. I stayed there for a moment so that I could get the lesson in it. Then God said, okay, now my woo, you can have this. You're ready for this. Then from that point, I went to the next point because I was trusting the process. That's the person I want to be. I don't want to be the person that gets on the journey and takes the road of the process. And from that point, I'm rushing it. I'm not getting what I want. You know what I mean? I'm not, he's not responding the way I want him to. You know, I ain't gotten the raise that I deserve yet. Or my child is not making the grades I need him to make. My family is not understanding me as an individual. Whatever it is for you, whatever that thing is for you that you're not having the easiest of times with, maybe it's because you're rushing the process. So, like, if I just slow down, if I just sit back and I just take in all this peace that I've created. Yeah, you have to create your peace sometimes. So if I sit back and just take in this peace and take in this clarity, that's what this morning was. It was just a moment of clarity. And sometimes the moment of clarity is even more like, what am? What am I to do with this epiphany or this vision that I just got? Like, that just gave me something else to work with. But in those moments of clarity, like, something was answered, something was made clear. And sometimes that answer is that you just need to be still. Just chill out, just sit down, just be quiet, just wait a minute. So in that moment, whereas you may be in a process with somebody else and that somebody else is rushing the process, they feel like, well, if we do this right now, this is what's going to make it work. But your process is saying, no, what's going to make it work for me is that I be still. You can't go back on that. You got to be still. I hate that my process is overlapping with yours and confusing you, but I got to be still. And that can be so hard. Or, my process overlapping with yours, and I got to figure out what the right words are to say to make you know that, hey, I'm not running away. I'm being still. I'm not running anywhere. I can't run away because I'm being still. And in this moment of clarity and being still, for me, I hope that you can find some more peace and clarity in what you got going on. So I guess, like, right now, it sounds like I'm speaking more to relationships, but I can be speaking to the you that split. You may be having a split moment where part of me wants to move to Topeka, Kansas, and another part of me wants to stay in Birmingham, but another part of me wants to take a vacation, but I know COVID is out, so I'm scared to get out. It may be speaking to that. You may just need to be still. And in this raw moment, that's what I got. I just gathered, like, clarity says that things are even clearer when you can just sit and look around. Just observe where you are. What does it look like? Is it cluttered? Is it open? Is it just empty space? Is it productive space? Is it awkward space? What is that space? Like, sit down, take a minute. What are you connected to? Am I too connected to these awards and to these degrees? Am I too connected to these people? Am I too connected to this socializing? Am I too connected to social media? Am I too connected to this idea that may not be what's for me? It may just be what I want. And just because I want it don't mean that I need it or that it's for me. So what do I do in those moments? Be still and seek clarity. Um, I see you all commenting, and I want to honor those comments. The process is hard because you have to show consistency, sacrifice, and flexibility every day. Absolutely. The process is hard because you have to show consistency, sacrifice, and flexibility every day. Consistency, sacrifice, and flexibility. Wow. I can be still I can be still and still show consistency, sacrifice, and flexibility. Absolutely. I can be flexible. I'm going to be still, but the flexibility will allow me to be able to move if I need to. You know, I can swing this way if I need to, but I'm still being still. I'm listening. I'm seeking clarity. I like that, Greg. Josh, what is your power source? Good stuff. Yeah, what are you connected to? Are you connected to something that's tangible and material? Are you connected to something deeper that can actually get you somewhere and give you some peace and some reassurance? What are you connected to? What's your power source? Mm, Tanya, self care and providing self love brings me clarity. Yeah, like let me focus on me. Let me trust my process, and then maybe I can, we can coexist in processing. I explained to somebody a few weeks ago about the complications of their situation right now is because it's too many processes. I look at processes like circles. I like to demonstrate so y'all can get it. Here's a circle, and here's a circle. All right, so here's some circles, and these are processes. And if this one is going and this one is going, they start overlapping because I ain't being still. I'm not letting this one do what it's do. Like if it's processing, it should be turning where it is. They can turn together, right? They can turn together. But when I start blending these processes, I start having issues. Things ain't, it's foggy. So let's roll these processes, and there you go. Then you deal with that one. Boom. Now you just got one process to deal with. Now your life ain't so complicated. I dealt with that. I handled that. Boom. Handled that. Put top on it. Stop that process. That one is good. It's processed. It's over. But when you got all these different processes overlapping and you bringing different people into them and they overlapping, you lose power. You losing steam. Like you losing it. You spiraling out. So what are you connected to? And then you might be connected to the right thing, but you might have distractions. What are you distracted by? What are you not dealing with? What are you distracted by? What's in your way? What's stopping you? Is it internal? Is it external? Is it stress? Is it fear? Is it comfort? Are you too comfortable? Are you too stagnant? Life is that way. It's so many different elements to life that'll have us just, oh, I need clarity. Life will do that to us. So we have to really be clear on what we're connected to. And we have to unconnect, unplug from some things in order to really get that boost and that refueling that we need. What else I got? I heard this before. We live in an instant world. We want everything right now. It doesn't work like that. Let God work. Thank you, Brian Laws. And good morning. Tiffany, yes, insert ugly cry. Let me see, Tiffany. Text it to me. What's up, Jermaine? Hope all is well with you. So, in the season of processing and processes, I think a lot of us have discovered our true purpose, our true meaning, who we are, um, what life is all about. Not at every moment of life, but just in moments. Like, what is life about? Life is about moments. Life is about making sure that in these moments you're doing what you feel that you are supposed to do. You have to be patient in order to get those signals. We can't rush it. I'm 35. I need to know what my purpose is. I'm 42. I need to be married. I'm 27. I don't have any children yet. I'm 52. I've been married 2 times and this one ain't working either. I'm I'm 63 and I have a vision for a business, but I'm scared to leave my job. I'm 80. I'm still doing good, but I'm scared that if I move too fast or don't move at all, that something's gonna happen. I'm gonna lose my fortune. Processes and moments. Like if I can process in this moment and from moment to moment, I can secure that I'm okay. I can secure that I'm okay. I'm on the road. I can secure that I'm okay. I'm still going. I'm holding on. Things are good. There are some things that happen that may feel like my rope is breaking, but I'm good. I'm trusting the process. I'm still going. I'm still holding on. I'm figuring it out. It may not be shaping up the way that I wanted to, but I'm figuring it out. It's coming together. It may not be coming together right now in front of me, but definitely it's coming together. I got to trust the process. How long is this going to take? I've been trusting this process for 10 years. I've been working on this for 20 years. We've been friends for 40 years. I've been in this house for 15 years. I've been on this job for 25 years. Okay. That's where you need, that's where you are. That's where you need to be. So all of that has just come full circle for me. Just like, oof, like ton of bricks. Load of rubble. That's what it has hit me like. And y'all know I do this as a job. Like this is what life for me has been dedicated to. Like let me figure out how we can help each other process. So like I started learning stuff and then I said, well, let me learn some professional stuff. Let me get some credentials to figure this thing out from some other people before me that studied and said, I'm gonna call this a theory. Every day we're all writing theories. We're making the things that work for us. And if it works for me, it might work for you, but it may be some tweaking that needs to be done. I may need to put somebody else in place. So that's again where the question comes in. Who are you plugged into? What are you plugged to? What's your power source? So if Woo is who you plug to, Woo need to be fueling up. Where is she plugged into? So that's why those bricks hit, because I'm like, okay, purpose, okay, passion, okay, power. What we doing? With a collision. We need a good collision right now. We need a reboot. We thought COVID was going to be over. We thought that, I don't know what we thought. I think some of us did think like August is going to bring an end. July is going to bring an end to COVID. I think that's what we thought. We had no clue that it may be 2022, 2025 before we really understand COVID-19. And I think in the first rush of things, it was like, okay, I'm plugged in. My people ready. We buying shirts. We investing in Black business. We kicking it, folk making masks. We got companies popping up making hand sanitizer. Great, but we still in it. So this process is still going. So while this process is still going, now I've been quarantined with these people that I really don't know, and I need to get to know these people. These people being family, right? While that process is going, I'm working a job that damn I really don't like. I really don't like what I do from home or from the office. I don't like it. And those processes are going. And now everything is weighing heavy. And now it's hitting you like a ton of bricks. And so then you say, I just need clarity. I just need a moment. I just need a getaway. I need a vacation. I need some peace. I need some comfort. I need some something. I need to know what I need. The answer is I need to trust this process. That's the answer. That's the answer. We got to trust the process. We got to trust what's happening and do our part in making sure that we're tending to every piece of the process with clarity, with an open, clear mind, and that we're plugged into the right source to give us the answers that we need. That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. More comments. Cedric says, sometimes those things have already been revealed to us, but until we come to a quiet place or peace within ourselves, we won't see it. Absolutely, my brother. You'll be in the middle of a storm, and when you're in the middle of the storm, you don't see the sunshine or the rainbow because you're in the storm. Like that's kind of how that is. But in the middle of that storm, you might go stand on the porch and look out to the west. Wrong way. To the west. You look out to the west and you see the sun shining. What? So there's peace after this. Like after I've lost everything, after my house is crumbled and all I got is this porch that I'm standing on, after my neighbors and lost they people and the animals, and I still see the sun shining. What are you plugged into? Like if I know what my power source is, I know that the sun can shine in the midst of the storm. I know that sometimes I have to sit in this storm though to not be in this situation again. Like when people rebuild in a place where they were affected by a storm. I'm using tornadoes. That's what came to mind when I read what Cedric wrote. But just thinking about like the Pratt City tornadoes, I'm so close to them, and I remember standing on my friend's pool when the tornado in, I can't remember what year it was, but when those tornadoes rolled through, we were standing on the porch it's sunny. It was passing Winsley, headed to Pratt and Pratt, but it was sunny while I was standing. I stood in the gap of that process to get the lesson in it. Like, it may be your time this time, it may be somebody else's time next time, but you still need to take cover and pay attention to their process. Wow. I'm watching your process and I'm looking like, damn. But then soon came my time. It became my time. So I'm thinking about that, like being in the middle of your storm, but still being able to see the outcomes of the process. So while this thunder is banging, this lightning is flashing, these winds are devastating. This is the process. This is what we have to go through to get to this rainbow. And I know, like in the grand scheme of things, we really don't understand what God sent. What, like, is He mad at us? The reason we're dealing with this storm, or with this COVID, or with these illnesses, or with this grief. Like, this grief is so heavy. I just don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with it. So what's happening? I'm mad at God for this. I don't understand this. I'm mad at my power source for this. It's a process. And I'm saying that in a moment where right now my process is not like yours. My process is mine. The only thing that all of us are in together right now is COVID-19, coronavirus. We're all in that together. But outside of that, it's still other processes that you got going on that I have no clue about. You have no clue about my processes other than what I tell you. In these moments, what is your power source? What are you plugged into? Are you just plugged into the wall, idly waiting to be connected to something? Are you plugged straight up and you getting the fuel and the glory and all that, you getting what you need? Or are you plugged into another person that's unstable themselves and you can't really figure out what the hell I'm doing here? Are you plugged into your work? Are you so plugged into your purpose that you don't even have the concerns about what's happening around you? What's your power source? What you connected to? Yeah, that's where I am. That's where I am. Watching the process, understanding it, and just trying to keep the peace in my own space. You have to keep peace in your space. Your space doesn't have to be your physical surroundings, like what's around you. Your space is your mental space, your heart space, your body. This is the other part of what I was thinking about. I had brunch with a friend of mine. Y'all know Amy. Went to brunch with Amy Saturday, and we were talking some business, but we were talking some just life. We were just talking some life too, and just how things connect, and like how our businesses are our lives. We were talking about that. And Amy's mixing up these teas, and we were talking about the properties of the teas and different things that go in them. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm listening, I'm taking it in. Amy is fueled by these teas. This is what she's doing. People like the taste of them. Some of them are disgusting, but they, hey, they gonna try them because they want whatever it is to work. So then, like I said, I was in the shower and I'm looking at the products that I have. I had stress relief, I have energy, I had clarity, I have passion, and these are different products with different properties, different elements, different ingredients, but they're all essential ingredients, honey, like different things like that. So then this is where my mind went. Here I am, mental health. Like mental health, I'm a therapist. Okay, cool. So that means that you're working with this part. Like you're working, that affects all of it, but you're working specifically. That's what I'm credentialed to do. I'm credentialed to work with disorder, mental illness, mental wellness, self-esteem, substance abuse, trauma, relationship, like everything that makes us us. That's what I do. I ain't saying that I'm equipped to make a candle that has those same ingredients or the things that help those ingredients. The essential oils that are in this. Let me see what the ingredients are. They won't even tell you. But basically it says for energy, orange and ginger. Oh, okay. Well, so if orange and ginger in this candle and I need some energy, maybe I can drink some orange and ginger in one of Amy's teas. And you know what? Well, if you're cooking, you may have friends that are growing spices and somebody's doing ginger and you got oranges because these boxes are coming in abundance. Oh, okay. So the holistic approach to being good and being healthy. That's where I was today. Then you have, whatever it is that your spiritual needs. It may be Bible study for you. It may be to turn on your praise music. It may be to go and sit down at a virtual Bible study. I don't know what that is for you. It may just be to sit on the porch and meditate and do these things. It may be to get your rosemary and your turmeric and your eucalyptus and all your spearmint, your peppermint. It may be to do that and bring that to therapy, and we sip on that while we talk. The holistic approach to your process is so important. Like, I can fix one part of it, but I may need help fixing the other parts of it. I may need to bring some counsel in. Counsel not being the counselor, but your counsel. My counsel may be my tea, my pastor, my mama, my best friend, my coworker. And we sit down and we process. It may be that. It may just be you, your book, and your water. I don't know. But understanding what you're connected to and how it works for you. You got to identify what you need in these moments. What is it that I need? Then after you identify what you need, how am I going to get it? Am I going to get it by any means necessary, or am I going to tiptoe to it? What am I going to do? I'm at the point in life now where I'm going to get it by any means necessary. I'm not going to wait on somebody to give it to me. I'm not going to wait on somebody to okay it. I'm not going to wait on somebody to be comfortable with themselves so that I can get what I need. No. If I need structure, I'm going to get structure by any means necessary. If I'm in need of tranquility and a serene moment, I'm going to get that by any means necessary. So we talk about getting injustices eradicated and getting justice and peace. No pain. If we want to get these things eradicated, we have to take the steps. And at some point, we do have to say, by any means necessary. By any means necessary, I'm going to be whole. By any means necessary, I'm going to be plugged into the right source. I'm going to be aligned. By any means necessary, I'm going to be at peace. By any means necessary, I'm going to be happy. By any means necessary, I'm going to trust this process and I'm going to be okay. Now, whose job is it to make sure that happens? That's a you job. That's a self job. That's not if I get in this relationship with the person that I want, or that I feel like, oh, he's so fine. Oh, she's so bad. Oh, I love the way that he writes. I love the way that she speaks. That ain't going to get you. That ain't going to get you what you need. It's not. It may help. It may add to it. And it's supposed to complement. It's just supposed to be an addition to what you already have. If it's not that, you're going to get everything you don't want. Just when I get this job and I make the rest of this money that I need so I can pay off this debt and pay these bills off and get the car that I want and move in the neighborhood that I want, am I going to be happy? No, you're going to be in the house that you want, in the neighborhood that you want, in the car that you like, at the desk that you like, still struggling because you're still processing. You still trying to figure it out. You still on the wheel. So that's a you job. That's a self job. Like, what is it that I need? Honestly, what am I eating? What am I doing? Like, what is this thing? What is this life? What am I doing with it? So what meaning does your life have? I see more comments. I want to get y'all. I want to know what you're saying. Let us see. Chris Coleman. Once again, there is no shortcut to greatness. You can't cut it. You can't cut it and ease around. You got to go through it, all the way through it. Thank you, Uncle Chris. Hey, Catrice, rich wisdom. Man, faith without works is dead. You got to trust the process. Josh, deep. It is deep. It's deep stuff. In order for me to be able to give to anybody or pour out from anywhere, I have to make sure that depth, Josh, is filled. Like I need it all the way from my head to my toes. Because with the calling to pour out and to give, you got to make sure that you're refueled. You got to make sure you plug into the right power source. And I don't even know whose this is. It's at my house on my table. But somebody got some pocket juice. Yeah, I know. This ain't scripted. I didn't sit down and say, let me go get some props. No, I ain't do that. I just sat down with what I had just experienced 5 minutes before. And pocket juice. So this is a charger. I don't know who it's mine now because it's in my house. It's mine, but it's a pocket charger, pocket juice, and I can plug it up and I can throw it in my bag and I can pull it out and charge where I need to. I can plug in wherever I need to, right? That's what this is. So I think about if I had my skills, if I had my testimony and my story and my encounters and my endeavors and my experiences, and I kept them in my pocket. I'm not just holding them on in my book bag and weighing myself down with them, but I'm remembering what it took. I'm remembering how I felt. I'm remembering what I thought. I'm remembering what I asked for. And in those moments where I can pull those things out and just go from moment to moment, enjoying those moments and remembering, I remember when I prayed for this. I'm plugged into that. I'm plugged into my process. I'm plugged into my higher power. I'm plugged into God. And God gave me sense enough to be plugged into what He's shown me and what He's brought me through. And that's what keeps me going. That reminds me that, like, baby, this is just one of those moments. This may be a moment you don't like, but the outcomes are usually very likable. There are some things that I don't like. You don't like losing your loved ones. You don't like, I hate that my dog died. I really do. You don't like losing friendships. You don't like those things, but you learn the lessons of them, and they may sting a little bit. You take out whatever you got to remind you of those things, those good moments. You plug in, that's that charge you needed. You keep going, you keep processing. You seek clarity, and you seek clarity by being still. So when people, back to last night's show, we were on for an hour of power. Chris, I hope you're still on here, because I'm looking at doing that once a month, just 1 hour, first Sundays of the month, jumping on, giving that surge, because sometimes we just need a surge. We don't need to dive in deep. We don't need to talk about everything political and express all of our biased opinions. We don't have to do that every time. Sometimes we just need that fuel. We just need that juice. We just need a little sauce. And I think last night did that for all of us, like, really quickly. In that moment where you can talk about Marlicia's Operation Motivation, she gave some dope motivation just about how to go. Christine gave some motivation about how, when you're plugged into the wrong things, life is just chaotic. You can scroll Facebook and look at everybody else's statuses. And I've been on this for a minute. So this has been about 2 weeks where I've been in this space. Everybody, oh, they having another baby, or they having their first baby, or, oh, they just got the keys to the house. Oh, they just launched a new business and they selling mad cups. Oh, whatever. Like, congratulations. A lot of people get sidetracked by other people's progress and processes, and that ain't what's up. That's detrimental. So last night, Christine specifically, her segment was talking about unplugging. And then that led us to a very therapeutic moment. Radiated was on, so we took that thing to this level of who's the pressure coming from? Is the pressure in my process truly coming from me watching them get what they get? Or is it coming from me? Have I created this thing in myself? Have I created this competition within myself that if I'm not posting, I'm not smiling, I'm not going hard, that I ain't happy, I'm not winning? Like, the gauge for life being based on social media. If social ain't seeing it, that ain't happening. And that's not what's up. So what are you plugged into? How is your purpose being fulfilled? Who are you gauging it? I mean, like, what's the gauge? What's the spectrum of purpose? It ain't Facebook. It ain't Instagram. It ain't butt shots and eyelashes. I guarantee you that. More comments. What up, woo? Faith causes friction. Life has lessons. People sometimes need a jump start. Now, Steven, if I had some jumper cables, that would be yet another demonstration on how life works. What are you plugged into? My battery good. Can you hook on to me and juice up and okay, you on your way? Can you? Sometimes you may need moments like this to help you get that jump start. Who and what are you plugged into? Who and what are you plugged into? Catrice, thank you, sister. And you are equally as dope. Self-awareness is everything. There are moments where I feel like, being in such purpose may be damaging to other people. And you apologize for, like, what, that may have been too heavy for you. This moment may be too heavy for you. This moment may be too raw, too authentic for you. I'm sorry. But the reality of it is, in a process, that sometimes people will join you on your process. And friends will join you on your process, and they ain't there. They're not where you are. They need some of what Stephen Tart just said. Sometimes people just need a jump start. So sometimes your presence or your influence or your process may be just a jump start for them. And once they get started, maybe I can, with my circles, maybe y'all can start back processing together. Maybe I can start processing together. Maybe those collisions can work. It's a Venn diagram that I use in the office that a lot of times I use it for everything because I believe in like these processes. I believe in overlapping. Like this is real. Like my circle can be doing this and your circle can like that is just that's the loops in the woo. Like I might even have to change my logo. Oh my goodness. But I really believe in that. Like as I'm going through my thing and evolving and elevating or whatever, experiencing, immersing, uh, being Insler, whatever it is I'm doing, your process may be doing something totally different, and they may collide. Like right now, they may just collide. But who's to say that in 10 years we may not come back and be multimillionaires together? We may be able to be neighbors in a building that I own or that you own or whatever. We may just be able to embrace. We may not do anything together, but you may say thank you. I may say thank you for those moments. That's what life does. That's what life does. So we can't get caught up in this moment feeling like that this is it. This ain't it. Like this ain't it. There's more moments to come. More comments here. It's coming. It's coming from self, and we end up judging ourselves because we think we're supposed to be at a certain time and place by a certain age. Josh, you are right. You are right. You are right. Oh, 23. I'm supposed to be out of college. 42. I'm supposed to be whatever. No, you're supposed to be where you are. You are. You're right where you're supposed to be. And for as much as we hate that, it's something in this moment that we have to get before we can get to that next thing in our process. Like, I'll be 36 October 10th. So 10/10, 2020, I'll be 36. That's so dope. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But 10/10, 2020, 36. And I think about the processes that I've experienced to get me to that point. And I just wonder, like, okay, so at this point, I would have imagined what? I don't remember what I imagined for 36. Probably to be somewhere on TV doing something, balling. Like, that's really what I thought. And I feel like this is it. This is it. And a few more things that need to happen, but this is it. This is exactly it. And you just think about purpose and timing. You may know your purpose, but you don't know the time nor the hour that things are going to shake so hard that, oh, this is it. Yeah, this is that moment that I was waiting for. This is it. This is what I was planning for. This is what I was anticipating. You don't know when that'll happen, but all you know is that you're prepared. So for as much as these times are uncertain, you're preparing, or you will never be unprepared again. I want to go somewhere with that too. This is taking me in so many different directions because that's where I am. Dana Clark Woodruff. That's where I am right now. I'm in these different spaces. So I'm just being transparent, being honest. And I don't remember years. So there's a diagnosis for that as well. I'll tell you about that on another live. It's this thing, and it starts with the letter D. It's not disconnected. But I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you what it's called. It's called dissociation. I'll tell you that much. But I don't remember what year that the Stormageddon, Iceageddon, whatever it was. I don't remember what year that happened. But I was leaving work. I was a counter manager for Estee Lauder. Oh, yes. And all of this was happening while I was on the radio. While I was Lady Woo, I was still doing other stuff. So I was on what's that? 65 North. So I was coming from the Galleria. We had a training with Estee. I sold makeup. I don't even wear that junk, but I sold it. And I did pretty good. Got a little commission. Sold makeup for Estee Lauder. And the training ended. They said, okay, it's supposed to snow, guys. No, nobody panicked. Like nobody was concerned about it, but it was supposed to snow. Y'all know what happened. That ice happened. And I got stuck on the freeway. What? You drive 80 miles an hour on 3rd Avenue, but you get stuck on the freeway. That's what happened because I don't know what was ahead. Listen, get every point. I did not know what was up the freeway. I don't know, and neither did the people around me. Nobody knew what was in front of us. But we got on there. We inched maybe 100 feet in about 12 hours. So as we inching, like we're thinking, just like we're thinking about COVID, I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be over in a minute. We'll be good. Yeah, we'll be able to go and get off. I was so sadly mistaken. Got around a little ramp where you come from 459 to 65. Got in the ramp. That took 2 hours. I had to use the bathroom. That's the first thing. I had to urinate. Had to find a cup. Had to try to figure out how to maneuver. Y'all know how little Beetle is. I'm in the Beetle trying to maneuver. That worked out. That's the first time. Okay. So I'm thinking, okay, we got a little bit more time. And then we'll be home or we'll be off of this road. We'll be good. I'll be good. Because here I am by myself, just trying to get to my child and my family and be just stable, get normal, get in place for this ice. It's about this snow. We didn't know it was going to ice. I wanted to be in place for it. So that happened. The sun starts going down. Yeah, I remember earlier I was talking about standing on the porch during the storm, looking out to the west, seeing the sun. Baby, I saw the sun on the east setting. And I'm like, what the hell? All right. No panic. I still wasn't panicking because, like, we're going to get out of this. Traffic is going to pick up, but we did not know what was ahead of us. So I'm still driving and, inching. When I tell you driving, I'm driving like, we going like this. We just a little bit. Still trying to get there. Get to a good point. I remember seeing the exit 252. I saw the sign in front of me. So I was like, cool, we just a little bit away from the exit. But y'all know an exit sign is like 3 miles before you even get to the exit because it's preparing you for what's coming ahead. Oh boy, here I am in this uniform because we had to dress up for the training for the conference or whatever with stilettos on. The tennis shoe girl with the stilettos on, doing this job that wasn't even fitting. It was cool, but whatever. Just in this whole moment that I was just like, okay, the money's good. I enjoy talking to people. I'm gonna act like I know what I'm doing. That whole situation got me to this moment of being stuck in my car. And from that moment, being stuck in my car for over 12 hours. No food, no water, battery dying, gas running out, everybody around me stuck, same things happening to them because none of us were prepared for that moment. We had no clue that day was going to bring about this. Wow. So then I feel just fast forward. I feel my fingertips and my toes getting cold. Oh, I'm about to die. Find some paper and a notebook. I found an envelope. I'm in the car, writing a letter to Carmen. And I had already planned to leave it on the dashboard just in case I didn't make it. I might die because it's freezing. I ain't got no gas. I can't keep the heat on no more. I got stilettos on, no socks, no cover, so I can't jump out and walk. If I get out and walk in these hills, I'm going to die then because I'm going to slide and fall. Y'all, that was the craziest thing ever. Ended up on the news. At the time I was working at Jams. I called into the newsroom. Ended up on Fox. Yeah, I'm sitting in my car. Send a sky cam or something to pick me up. Send a drone for me to hang on. But then I started thinking about the people around me. What am I going to do with them? In that moment, they weren't my responsibility. I was responsible for who? Myself. And I prayed that they were for themselves as well. So then some other things happened along the way. A guy driving a barber's truck pulled up. I hate milk, but I drank some chocolate milk that night. All these things that we say we don't like and that we don't do. In the time of desperation, you're going to do what you need to do. You're going to take advantage of what's around you. You're going to get your orange and your ginger, your turmeric and your rosemary and your garlic and your other herbs. You're going to take care of you. That's what I did. I took care of me. Another lady she was in her purse. She had a 6-pack of crackers. She opened the crackers. We eating crackers on. Yeah. The feat was that who were police? The police that we are like so against right now. In that moment, I don't know who it was that called them, but I told them where I was and what I saw. And they came on the other side of the freeway. I was facing this way. They were facing that way. They pulled over, loud horn, woo. I was like, what's up? Come on. Left my car, walked across the freeway in these stilettos. Yeah, that was the craziest sight. I don't know if anybody out there went live. I don't even know if we were going live like that then. Walked across the freeway, scaled the wall, scaled the median, the divider on the freeway, climbed it, got over there and got to the Hoover, some public complex, maybe. I don't know where I was, somewhere. They had cots and donuts. I was happy to be there. I was warm. I had on some random tennis shoes, somebody's shoes from somewhere. All was well. All of that to say I was not prepared for what was ahead. And a lot of times we aren't prepared. These moments don't prepare us for what's next. There are uncertain times. These moments don't prepare us with things. They prepare us with what's in us, the things that we know we have to do to survive. So in order to survive, you need some peace. You need to be plugged into the right power source. You know, you need to have the right people around you, and you know that you're going to have to keep doing this over and over again as you process. As you go through these processes, you're going to keep having to figure out what you're going to do to get you to what's ahead. I knew that exit 252 was ahead. I ain't know how I was going to get there. I didn't. I knew it was ahead. I had no clue about how I was going to get there. But eventually I got there. God sent somebody. He let me use my voice to call somebody. They came. Don't know who called them. Don't know if they saw it on the news. And then after they got me, guess what they started doing? They started getting everybody else. I told them about the milk folk. I told them about the lady that had the crackers. I told them about the little children I saw trying to slide. Yeah, I got to go back and get them too. So in these moments like this, and I didn't even think about this prior to this live, that there was another moment in my life where uncertainty was in front of me. There was a time where I didn't know who was really going to just get out there and work with me, who was going to go with me, who was going to answer my call. And it was answered so many different ways. At the time, Bam Carter was living, and I was trying to manage him, and we were trying to do music and stuff. And I was on there, and I was like, hey, man, I get on the 4-wheel income. So I remember moments like that. I remember the people that I met on the road. Don't know where they are now. I don't even know if we exchanged names. In that moment, all we knew is that all of us were trying to survive. We didn't know what was in front of us. We didn't know each other's personal stories. All we had in common at that moment, just like in this moment, all we have in common is coronavirus. All of us had that in common. So in that moment, all of us had in common that we were stuck on the freeway. We were stuck and we didn't know what was ahead. But we were able to come together and wait our turn, and we got off. It worked out. So, yeah, that's where I am. Just seeking a little clarity. And I got it just because I knew where to go. And a lot of times we don't know where to go. So I came live because I wanted to share it, because somebody else, I know somebody else is going through a very similar time of uncertainty and needing some clarity. Like, what's next? What's going to happen? What am I supposed to do with these thoughts and these feelings? You're supposed to ride them out. You're supposed to rock through them. You're supposed to come out a champion and have your stuff to post up on your wall saying that you made it. Even if it's something that you write yourself. Guess what? I made it. Mount it, put it on the wall, hang it up, because you're going to get through it. Whatever it is, you'll get through it. You just need to take some time, sit down somewhere, pay attention. What they said on the movie, focus. Sit down and focus. Get yourself together. Do it yourself. Do that self-care, that self-work. Be intentional about yourself, everything that you need. You may need to drink something. You may need to eat something. You may need to talk it out. There are so many different therapies. Put them all together, make you a good old cocktail, and push through, process it. Go through your circles. Process it. More comments, and then I'm going to get out of here. Got a little work to do. Okay, so to this point, I think I had gotten up to Courtney. Courtney, hello. You just have me a word. Oh, Gabe, you just gave me a word. Let me get my notebook. Awesome. I'm glad I was able to do that. Chris Coleman. Sometimes folks get out of their own lane by looking into the other lane and trying to cross over to a lane that they are not ready for. And then they have an issue when they have that accident in that lane they shouldn't have tried to get into. Stay in your lane and do you till it's safe to cross over. Absolutely. And your lane may be good enough for you to just ride that thing on out. We're going straight through in the lane I'm in, because that's the lane I know. I'm going to stick to what I know. What I know is good, even though sometimes what you know gets crazy, gets shaky. It may get boring. That means you just got to give it that charge, plug into the right source, keep it moving. Very good word, Chris. Josh, thank you for helping me unpack my life. Even as a life coach, I have to unpack self. Love you, big sis. Love you too, Josh. It's not. Okay, I'm not sure exactly what you're responding to, but basically, God tapping you into zone 10. I think you're speaking about 10-10, 2020. Thank you. Hey, Tommy. What it do? Sean Watson, DJ SW1. Hello there. Got a few more comments. Catrice, thank you for your transparency, queen. Awesome. Thank you as well, Catrice, for yours. We've had some moments where we were able to share those type of conversations. I mean, transparency is all that it can be. You can get on here and fake if you want to. People see through that. And we're all human. We're all in this moment together. So while we're in this moment, we're going to do what we need to do. Blue, call me. I will call you if my phone will let you or will let me. So that's another thing. I don't know what T-Mobile's saying. I don't know if they're telling me I need to go to Verizon, but I'm gonna try to call you. And if not, you call me and I'll answer. I think I can answer incoming. So anywho, hope you guys have an awesome day, a great week. Today is Monday. It ain't even noon yet, but that's just like a top of the morning because some people just getting up. So a great top of the morning, a great top of the week, a wonderful August, a wonderful rest of your coronavirus experience. Don't take this as a setback. Take this as a setup for everything that's coming, the things that we don't know that are in the future. Get ready for them. Plan for them. What that is, not sure. Anywho, y'all have a great day. I love y'all.